Welcome to my first channel update. If you don't know my name, it's Karl, and this is the Viable Coach YouTube channel. One of the goals of this channel is to really connect with the community and give you an in-depth look at the whole brand I'm creating. So I wanted to do a video that's a little bit more conversational and gives you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at where the channel is and where it's going. And overall, I think it's fun to just document the process. But I'm planning on 2 channel updates in 2023. Obviously this one you're watching right now and one at the end of the year. Next year, I'll bump them up to quarterly and show you all the projects and exciting things that are going on. But these videos are gonna be a lot less formal than the typical video on this channel and a lot more conversational. So for the first channel update, I wanted to kind of break this into 5 different parts. 1, start off with the introductory of who I am and why I started this company and YouTube channel and what I'm looking to accomplish. 2, break down everything that we're going to be covering on this channel, basically a broad overview of topics and the types of videos. 3 is the goals of this channel and what I hope to build and how I want to impact people. 4, how I want to help you, not give away too much, but there's going to be a lot more than just videos. And then future plans of the channel and the business, and there's a lot of things going on, and it's all going to depend on the feedback that you give as well. So if you have any recommendations and comments, put them in the comments section below. But let's get started all together. So quick intro of who I am. My name is Karl Jacobson, and I'm a productivity coach and systems strategist. And I've been working on helping people optimize the back end of their systems of their business since 2017. Then in 2022, I decided to finally make this productivity and system things I do into a brand. Now, if you want to hear my entire story, you can watch it in the video in the link above, but I'll give you the short version. I came to the point in my career where I felt burnt out and overwhelmed with just the sheer amount of stuff to do. In the first 2 years of entrepreneurship where I was running my own business, I felt that everything was going 100 miles an hour. I was being pulled in 10 different directions, and I was always drowning in work. And at that point in my career, I realized that this wasn't viable in the long term, and there just had to be a better way. From there, I kind of went down a rabbit hole of reading productivity books, courses, workshops, diving into different productivity apps and software, and then testing and trialing out these systems. After I got all that set up, I felt like totally in control. And I felt that I really optimized my work and life. Then other people I knew and worked with came to me over the next few years looking for their own productivity systems, time management systems, so they could reclaim their life too. And then after years of helping people in vastly different professions, I felt like it was the right time and I had the right experience and authority to make this brand a reality and really expand my reach in terms of other people that I could help. From there, I was trying to encapsulate how I help people. And what I came up with is I help entrepreneurs work less and get more done through simple systems, productivity tools, and time management strategies. So systems, tools, and strategies. From there, I'm just thinking more granular as far as the mission goes, and what sums up the mission is making work and life simpler, more productive, and viable for a lifetime. I think that if we can make things simpler and be more productive with the things that matter, it's gonna make your life and work viable. And that's how the brand name, The Viable Coach, came to be, and just makes sense. Overall, I'm just trying to help people go further, faster in business and life. Now let's switch over to content topics, and these are the 5 main overarching content buckets that I create out of. Number 1 is productivity and organizational systems. So productivity tips and strategies, project management, productivity systems like GTD. I'm a big fan of David Allen and Getting Things Done method. Organizational systems. Now this is a very broad category, and I think over time I'm definitely going to be narrowing this down depending on what you guys want to see. Number 2 is time management, so time blocking and calendar blocking, and I'm a big fan of Cal Newport's time blocking method. Focus and deep work, prioritization and managing workload, and then routine and habits. In many circumstances, there's a lifestyle component to productivity, and that has to be addressed too. The third category is personal knowledge management, or PKM, and I'm really into Tiago Forte's building a second brain methodology. So the code system, which is capture, organize, distill, and express, and also the para system for organizing that information. On top of the para system, we have just taking better notes and how to progressively summarize things. Overall, this is really about how we can acquire and process our own personal knowledge better, because we're in the age of information overload, and that's a big problem a lot of knowledge workers are struggling with right now. The fourth category is mindset and self-management. And the reason why I added this in there is because the tools are only as good as the people using them. So I felt like I have to touch on this from time to time in order for people to make everything work. So with this, we're going to focus on the workaholics and certain problems such as perfectionism, information overload, burnout and unsustainable pace and unsustainable pressure, beating overwhelm and not always being in overdrive with your life and work, and how to better work on work-life integration and work-life balance. I think these are all real-world things that we deal with on a daily basis, and if left unchecked, it can really cripple not only your productivity, but your life in general. And the fifth bucket or category that I'm going to be creating from is productivity tools and software tutorials. So right now I have a ton of Trello videos and I've gotten some really great feedback on them, but eventually I want to move into other softwares like Asana, ClickUp, Evernote, Notion, Apple Notes, Google Drive, OneNote, Todoist, just to name a few. And I'll put a full list below of everything I plan on covering over the first couple years of this channel. And then once I cover those, I also want to implement any type of integrations with Zapier and how you can efficiently link these apps together and automate processes within your business. If there's any other softwares or apps that you don't see on this list that you want to see on this channel, put it in the comment section below. Overall, these are the 5 big content buckets I'm going to be pulling from, and I'm also going to take the time to see what videos people are getting the most value from. So that's kind of dictate what we create going forward on this channel. The next section we want to go over is goals of the Viable Coach and the YouTube channel. And let's talk about goals for the channel and the company. Overall, the goal of this channel is to help 100,000 purpose-driven high performers and entrepreneurs with productivity. And how I measure that 100,000 is with 100,000 subscribers. And I understand 100,000 subscribers is somewhat of a vanity metric, and it's not a failure if I never reach that, but I love to have a stretch goal. And if you ever plan your own goals, I would recommend you adding a stretch goal in as well. From a process goal standpoint, the goal is to upload 1 video per week for the rest of the year. Now, I haven't been perfect with that, and I'm going to be making a big move to New York later this year with my wife. So I'm going to be as consistent as I possibly can be within the time constraints I have. The third goal is I want to have a massive library of free content and resources like ebooks and PDF guides around productivity, time management, and all the other topics I talked about earlier. So the goal here is to have a new freebie out every 2 months. Again, just deliver high value resources for free. The fourth goal is to have a newsletter. In early 2024, I want to launch a newsletter and release that bi-weekly. Mostly to share tips and any other content that you might have missed. Obviously, with any social media platform, the algorithm doesn't always show all of the content to all the subscribers. So this is where the newsletter would come in, but I really want to deliver a high value newsletter that people can consume quickly and implement quickly as well. And then the fifth goal is to launch a podcast. And I want to do this a little bit differently than most people do it. And I want to drop it in seasons. So season 1 would be like 1 topic and like 12 to 15 episodes that sequentially break down a topic, and then things you can do to implement. That way I can batch produce them and it's all cohesive. I can't see myself being like a weekly podcaster, so this might be the next best thing. The last one is a personal goal, and my personal goal is to help as many people as possible with productivity and streamlining the back end of their business. And in order for me to do that, I have to become a full-time content creator, which now I'm just part-time, but at some point, if all the hard work pays off, I'll be able to make that transition. And I can do more of the things I love while helping more people like you, and that's a win-win, which takes me to the next section with how I help you. So, how do I actually help you? And the whole reason why I have this channel in the first place is to help the community. How do I go about doing that? Obviously, that is through content, but the business model is content, courses, and coaching. And there's a 99-1-1 rule that states 99% of the content I put out is free. The 1% of the content is paid for the 1% of people that can afford it. The paid content is necessary to keep the business alive, but I'll break down these 4 levels of how we help into different categories. So 1 is free content, and that's going to consist of YouTube videos, YouTube live streams and Q&As, which I'll talk a little bit about later, Instagram posts, freebie downloads, which I mentioned before, a newsletter bi-weekly, a blog once a month, and a podcast, and we'll do those in seasons, maybe once or twice a year. The second level I help you guys is courses and products, and that's gonna be the paid content. We're gonna have a variety of different online courses, Trello templates and Asana templates, and then I'm gonna have some plug and play systems, which are like done for you playbooks that streamline the back end of almost any business. The third level we help people is coaching. I wanna do digital cohorts. I'm thinking like 4-week sprints to set up systems and maybe combo that with a course. And then also offer what I currently offer now is one-on-one mentoring. And I've been working with a ton of people one-on-one. I've gotten some great results that you can see on my website, and obviously I'm looking to continue that. And the fourth level I want to help people with is live events. So live workshops, I want to get a headquarters set up where I can have smaller 4 to 6 people workshops where we can get in depth in solving your problems and setting up systems and really optimize what you have going on. Again, kind of going back to that self-management and mindset topic, I want to be able to optimize the person as well and really make the entire experience transformational. So something like this is maybe over a year out, but I would really like to host an in-person event, a very high-end experience for you. All in all, if you want to just consume the free content, that's great, and it's going to help you out tremendously. But if you're willing to invest in yourself or your business, you'll see far more value in terms of results and getting a high return on investment. But overall, those are the 4 levels how we help you out. This kind of gets me to the last section, which is future plans and what's next. And the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now is build a community and be more active on the community tab for accessibility. Now, once I get to around like 500 to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a live monthly Q&A to provide you guys with like free real-time solutions. And with that, I can do some live walkthroughs, and there can be some really cool stuff with that. I just want to help you guys get unstuck with whatever problem you have in order to be more productive. But right now, I just want to focus on growing the channel and the brand and seeing how many people I can impact. But like I was saying before, I'm moving back to New York, close to where I'm originally from. So at the end of the year, like Q4, I'm physically moving the business and getting everything set up so I can hit the ground running in 2024. And for the next channel update, I'll document that transition from Ohio to New York. So that's everything in a nutshell. If you made it this far, you're a true fan, and I greatly appreciate your time. And if you have any other ideas or anything you want to see on this channel, let me know in the comment section below, or send me an email. I'll drop the email address right here. I would love to hear from you guys. But until next time, stay productive.